Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys my October beauty, makeup, skincare favorites. I don't have very many products to share with you guys, but I do want to give these products a little shout out here. So if you want to know what products I was loving for the month of October, definitely continue watching. Also, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I do upload 3 times a week, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss out. And let's just go ahead and jump right in. Product I want to share with you guys is actually a skincare product. I picked this up in the month of October and I've actually really been enjoying it. This is by the brand The Ordinary. This is the caffeine solution 5% plus EGCG. So this is supposed to reduce the appearance of the eye contour pigmentation and of puffiness. Here's what the product looks like. It does also come in a dropper as well. I just noticed mine's getting a little yucky, but I've been using this day and night and I've noticed such a big difference on my dark circles. The product reminds me a lot of the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery eye cream. It's kind of comes in like a squeezy tube bottle, and that one's more on like, it costs like $35 or so, but this right here costs like $5.60. It has caffeine in it again, so it helps for darkness, pigmentation of the dark circles that I do have, and also says it helps with puffiness. I don't really suffer from puffy eyes. It's mostly dark circles. So definitely had to give this a shout out. I got mine at Ulta. I believe Sephora also sells The Ordinary, but again, I picked mine up at Ulta. If you suffer from dark circles, I definitely suggest. It's not going to remove it completely. Like, I still have dark circles, but they're not as pigmented and like noticeable as they have been in the past. Next up, I have a setting spray here to share with you guys. This is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I pretty much use this to set my skin. I never really have used this to prime my skin, but I always love the way my skin looks after I set the skin with this. It melts the powder and it just makes my skin look nice and beautiful and smooth. And I just really enjoy this setting spray, and I don't feel like it takes off any of my makeup or anything like that, like other setting sprays have done in the past, like when you apply it and you have those droplets and you kind of try to pat it out and it just removes any makeup. This one is just beautiful. I feel like it just sets the skin really nicely. For foundation in October that stood out, it had been a while that I had used it. It's not a new product at all either, and this is the Kokie Cosmetics Skin Perfect HD Foundation. I have mine in the shade 40W. This is the packaging. It does have a pump. You can find it at the drugstore. I actually picked mine up at Walmart in Las Vegas when I was there. I've had this for at least a couple of years, to be honest. It looks like it's down here. Maybe this is one that I could put in a future project pan because I'd really like to just use it up. I don't want to throw it away. Eventually it's gonna expire, you know? So really enjoy this. I'm more of a medium coverage foundation type of everyday type of girl. I will wear full coverage foundations every now and then. I don't really buy a lot of full coverage foundations. If you look through my foundation collection, you'd see that a lot of them are pretty much medium to buildable coverage. This one's just beautiful. Again, it's super affordable and it's like your skin but better. It just has really nice medium coverage. It can be built up, but again, it's just like your skin but better. I just really enjoy it. Next up, I wanted to give this one a shout out as well. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel. This is in the shade Grind. I got this from Marshall's. I know a lot of people were getting these in their BoxyCharm. I think I paid like $5.99 for this. I really love the wand. The color may be a little too dark for my liking, but I think it still does a pretty good job. I did apply some like over here on the outer part of the brows. I feel like my brows are a little square, especially this one today. I used a new product and actually a brow pin. Let me know if you guys have tried brow pins, but I was just like, that is intense, and I tried to blend it out and then it just kind of created a little mess there. Usually I do my brows with a pencil, and sometimes, you know, you miss some spots and there's kind of like bald spots or spots you missed when you did your brows. So this one's perfect to just kind of go over those areas. It has some color as well and it'll just fill in those areas that you missed. So I really have been loving this. I could probably go down a shade because it is probably more on the darker and cool tone side of brows that I like, but I definitely enjoy this product a lot. And then I want to give this shout out to this liner here. This is by Benefit. This is the roller liner, and it's just like a felt tip liquid liner. It has a really nice precise tip there and I just really enjoy it. I like how it just glides on my lids. There's a couple liners that I have that it's not like smooth and doesn't glide. And I just like that I can apply it and it just glides on. The one I'm wearing today by Tarte that I got for free, I mentioned in my Shop My Stash, the Tartiest. I actually have it here. I'm going to film my October makeup haul right now. But this is the one I used for today to do my wing liner, and they both pretty much have the same consistency where it's just smooth, as you can see there. It just glides on. It's really nice, really pigmented. At first it's a little too wet and I found like it was a little too pigmented, but with time, of course, it's gonna dry down a little bit and use up, so I think it's just a really good liner. Definitely would recommend it. It's really dark as well. Lastly, I have 4 palettes to share with you guys. I definitely wanted to give these palettes a shout out. Finally have been able to use them. I probably didn't pick these up in October. Some of them may have came from September makeup haul, but I wanted to give these palettes a shout out. The first one here is by Pat McGrath. This is the Eye Ecstasy Sublime Eyeshadow Palette. It comes in this like plastic packaging, and here's the color story. I actually got this sent by my friend Rania, and I am loving it. I had mentioned to her that I had picked up the other one on sale and that I liked it, but I was kind of regretting not getting this one instead because this one's more wearable that I could wear to work, whereas the other one's more colorful. And she surprised me, and this arrived in my mailbox and I'm loving it. These are so pretty and super pigmented. Pat McGrath eyeshadows are super nice. Here are all the shades. I applied this one day, like I did a half cut crease. It was super pretty. I did the same with this one. This one has some shimmer in it, but it's really nice to use in the outer corners to deepen your look. Like, you can use these for an everyday look. They're perfect, and I love the pigmentation as well. So I definitely wanted to give this palette a shout out. I'm loving it. If you have it, pull it out and use it. You will love it. Next up, this was actually ranked my #1 in my eyeshadow palettes from August. Oh, August? That video was 6 palettes I bought in August. So yeah, I finally got around to using it in October, and oh my gosh, this palette is amazing. This is the Viseart Neutral Matte Milieu palette, and this formula for Viseart is so good. It's very pigmented. There is some kickback, but the pigmentation is amazing. I definitely had to mention this in my favorites video. They're so pigmented again, and they blend out super nicely. Look how pigmented those are. Like, definitely would recommend if you find a color story you really like. I would definitely suggest you guys pick it up. This one was definitely one I've been eyeing. I love these tones for everyday use. I like that pop of blue here. Even the pink in here as well. You don't really have a shadow to set your eyeshadow primer, but you can use like, I can use just loose powder and that'll do the job. Just really like this palette. Another palette I really loved, this was limited edition. I don't know if you can still get it, but I did the pre-sale and it took a while for me to receive, but it's the Tiny Marvels palette by Sydney Grace and Mel Thompson. At first I was kind of disappointed with the color story in here, but after playing with it I was actually very happy with it, that it's very wearable, and I forgot how awesome this formula is. I have picked up some shadows from Sydney Grace when they did that dupe bundle for the Tarte ICBAIT ... I was very impressed with their formula, so I'm super happy I got this. I definitely wanted to support Mel Thompson. The shimmers, if you have not tried Sydney Grace, even the mattes, they are awesome. I would definitely suggest you guys try Sydney Grace. If you haven't, pick a palette or even singles that you're interested in and try out the brand. You will not be disappointed. Look at this. Look how pigmented those are. They're super reflective, very pigmented. Again, you will not be disappointed with the brand. It is an indie brand. I'm super happy I picked this up. And I was able to support Mel Thompson as well. And then the last palette I have to share with you guys is by Be Perfect and Stacey Marie, another collab palette. This is the Carnival 3 palette. I do have the first one, and to be honest, I don't really reach for it a lot. I've used it a handful of times. I think I should probably declutter it. I've thought about just putting it in my freelance kit to have some color, but I don't know, we'll see. But here is the color story in here. As you can see, it's definitely a rainbow palette and definitely an awesome palette. I love it. It's super pigmented. The formula is amazing. I created a green look. I've created like a grungy brown look, purple look, an orange red look. I do find that the purples in here, I think it was like Blackberry and Twilight. They didn't have as much kickback as the other shades in here, and they did feel a little drier as well, but overall I didn't really have any issues with the pigmentation. So overall I do like this palette a lot. I will not get rid of this. I may get rid of my first Carnival palette just because I don't really use it. I definitely like this one more, and I like the packaging as well. It's more fun. If you're looking for a colorful palette and you're eyeing this, you're not sure if you should pick it up, the formula is awesome. You will not be disappointed, and it's really good. If you want to try Be Perfect, I would definitely try this palette here. So those are all the products that I was enjoying for the month of October. What did you enjoy? Let me know down below. I'd love to know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please also subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!